Hello, Aquarius. Welcome. This is a general reading for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Welcome, cross watchers. Welcome to those of you who may be brand new to the channel. It happens to be the 2025 Love Tarot forecast for the year ahead. So for cross watchers, it may not be one of those readings where the energies come through reverse, since I set the intention that it is for the zodiacal sign of Aquarius. All right. Before I get started, I'm going to wish you, so I don't forget, wish you all, we're coming up on Christmas and Hanukkah. Happy, merry, and Happy New Year. You will see me again for the new moon reading, which the new moon's on the 30th, so you're not done with me for the year. But I wanted to send you all blessings of the season to you and yours. May it be a warm and wonderful holiday. Okay, here we go. Prairie Majesty Oracle. This deck gives you a word for the year ahead, a totem, and a question to ponder. So let's see what comes through for you. Someone else got this card, and I thought of you when they got it, because it's your word. Liberate. Very Aquarian. And the totem is prairie smoke, and the question is, what reminds me I'm free? Aquarius is the sign that invented freedom. So liberate is a perfect word for you, setting yourself free from things in 2025. What reminds me I'm free. I would write that on sticky notes and plaster them around your house. What reminds me I'm free. That is your word for 2025. Perfection. Can't believe you got it, because I forget which sign got it. But I kind of thought of you. I was saying, that's so Aquarian. And yeah, there. So the universe came through for you. Heard me and then said, yep. All right, so this is a different spread, and it is more focused on something you cannot carry forward with you from 2024 into the new year. It is also going to give you some energy of the year, something you can't see that is coming toward you, something you do need to consciously focus on and explore, a big lesson you may be learning in 2025, and then what's available to you in your next highest timeline. And I do want to say to those of you who, even if you're a longtime follower or have been watching my readings, yeah, sometimes this particular spread can be triggering. So if it makes you feel a certain way and it brings something up to the surface, please take a beat before you jump on your keyboard, and give a little time and space, especially if it triggers any anger. My new thing for 2025 is I'm not available for that. I am nobody's punching bag. And so I ask, and this is not for, I'm not talking about haters. I already hold comments to spare all of you that ridiculousness, so that we don't have it there in the channel, in the platform. But I'm talking about those of you who are, pretty regular followers. And please just take a moment to collect yourself, come back to it when you're calmer, because I'm going to be deleting those kind of comments and not publishing them into the comments feed, and repeat offenders I will be blocking. That I'm just letting people know that I'm not available for it anymore. There's nothing in the handbook that says I have to take that kind of nastiness. Okay, just want to make sure everybody's aware. All right, here we go. So Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Knight of Pentacles, something you're leaving behind. There's, all right, we've got it. I see it. Good. So there's something from 2024 that's been stuck in the mud. Sometimes the Knight of Pentacles is about something that moves very slowly and deliberately and methodically, and it has a plan, and all of that's very good. but it can also represent something that isn't moving. If you notice, it's the only night that the horse is kind of standing still. And since we have devil energy here for the overall energy for 2025, we are talking about something here that's coming from shadow. Now, I don't want to tell you that your whole year is about shadow, but it's about the release of shadow energy, right? There's something that's had a hold on you. There's something that's been stuck that you need to release. And the reason why I'm saying that is because what's coming toward you in 2025 that you cannot see is that moment where you're like, yep, I'm leaving it behind. I'm letting it go. I'm moving forward. So this is just that. And that's why I'm like talking to you about the triggers, because this is something that hasn't really moved. You might be waiting on it. It might be something that has had a very negative karmic effect on you. Toxicity, a toxic hold. It might be something that, it's really time to release it. So when I'm saying devil energy as the overall theme for the year, it's not going to permeate every aspect. It's that this is the year that you release it, because something you're exploring in 2025 is romance, right? Is someone that offers you their heart, that offers you emotional vulnerability, that makes you an offer, that doesn't control the pace of things, that doesn't control you, that isn't manipulative or coming at you from a very negative karmic place. Do you see where I'm going here? So I want to be sure you understand and don't get like, and a big lesson you're learning is all around themes of communication. And then what's available to you in your next highest timeline? The beginning of a real life partnership. So I do feel like we're getting to a really good place, but not unless or until you let go of something that has gone nowhere fast, and that you get that moment. You don't see it right now, but that moment that hits you where it's like, okay, gotta go. It's time for me to leave this behind. And there's something that you've been tethered to, and that's part and parcel of what 2025 will be about, is releasing it once and for all. Liberate yourself. Oh my God, why did I not think of this? You're liberating yourself. What reminds me I'm free is that you have free will. That there is no such thing as something having control over you. That you don't have ownership of your own ability to make the choice to walk away. So what you can't see coming towards you right now is that moment. But it's coming. Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, High Priestess. You already know, yes, this has been weighing on you for some time. I get the impression, Queen of Swords and the High Priestess. This is, it feels to me like that Queen of Swords is there's this factor of practicality, level-headedness, almost a pragmatic approach blended with your inner knowing. Like, yeah, this hasn't gone anywhere and it's just holding me down, weighing me down. There's a lot of negative karma buildup with that 10 of Wands, and this is the offloading, the release of it. So I'm saying what you have to leave behind from 2024, but this could be going on for a long time. It just feels like it's the time to let it go. What hasn't arrived by this point isn't likely to. And there's a certain pragmatic approach to the release of this, blessed by your own inner knowing, your own kind of, yep, this is that moment, that ability you have to sort of sense your connection to the divine that says, yes, this is the time. The Devil, Temperance, Eight of Swords. All right, so now the theme here for 2025 is part of the issue will be maybe, and the cards from the bottom of the deck for those of you who are new, is what you can't see, because it's either in your unconscious awareness or in someone else's unconscious awareness if you're dealing with this person. And it can also just be playing out behind the scenes. But what I feel is this is that problem of, well, what's the path forward? Like, it's kind of coming through as a question. Because, you know, it's hard to sort of set out on the path forward, continuing on your journey and leaving everything else behind that no longer serves you, if you don't sort of have in your viewfinder of where you're headed. And the Two of Wands asks you, in a world of possibilities, what do I want? Where am I headed? What path will get me there? What do I need to set in motion so that what I want arrives? And you may get stuck. There may be an energy of 2 steps forward, 1 step back. There's this Temperance energy also where you may give this person that you've been dealing with a lot of latitude. I'm going to go with the flow. I'm not going to do anything impulsive. Right? Self-control and restraint. And I don't really know what my next best step is anyway. So one part might be the pull that this connection has, the dynamic that, you know, imprinted has had on you, the karmic nature of it in a negative sense. I'm not feeling it's been very positive. And so it's a little difficult to extract oneself from that. And so that's why I'm saying it is something you know you need to release in a pragmatic way, you know you need to, in an intuitive way, you know you need to, and yet it's like an albatross. It's really heavy. And there's this stuck energy, and then the question mark, and then where to? What, you know, what's the plan, Stan? So it does feel like I'm seeing it as a lot to kind of process and overcome and extract yourself from and liberate yourself from. But it happens. When you least expect it. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. I feel like this is the Seven of Wands can be defensiveness and resistance and all of that, but it's also sometimes just like, even with love in your heart, you can still sort of take a stand and say, yeah, no, this is where I get off. This is my exit. It's not working. And I have to do what's best for me. It's like that moment where you kind of stiffen your spine a little bit, even in a loving way. And the Two of Pentacles, though, it'll be like, yeah, I don't know where I'm headed. There's still uncertainty. Things are a little up in the air, but I know I can't stay here. So that's what I think you don't see coming, is that moment where you're really not sure. I feel most of the energy, the overall energy, is it's a year of decisions and choices and uncertainty. But you'll hit that moment where it'll be like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know where I'm headed. I don't know what the plan is, but I know that this is not working. So then what you will be exploring, Knight of Cups, the beautiful Knight of Cups. Eight of Wands, Four of Wands, Three of Cups. Wow, I'm going to pull this Eight of Wands first for your big lesson in 2025. Two of Swords, Queen of Wands. All right, so what I'm seeing is that what may help you in this moment, I knew I needed that, to kind of, what you don't see coming is that moment where you're like, yeah, you know that saying, don't go away mad, just go away? It's almost like, I'm not going away mad, I'm just going away. It's like you get that moment where you're like, if I don't go now, I never will. I love you, be well, I wish you well, but I gotta go. Don't know why, don't know where I'm going, don't know what to do, but this is the moment. I'm feeling like this is the moment. I think it comes as a result of you getting back into a social pattern and communicating with someone that is more emotionally available, that is more, there is something that happens here. You explore something socially. You get back out there. Three of Cups can be social, and I'm feeling communication, social in situations. There might be a romance that kicks up, and it feels like it has potential, and that's what you're needing to explore. This is a conscious level, exploring romance, exploring being out there in the world, dating, or dating someone you may already know but have not been romantically linked with at this point. And that's going to be something I explore in the extended, so stick a pin in that for now. But I think this kind of almost comes first, and then what you don't see coming is that gives you sort of the backbone to kind of go, yeah, I gotta go from all of this. That's what happens, because the big lesson is that this communication, this exchange of ideas and passions and excitement moves you into that crossroads moment of needing to make the decision. Remember, I said it's a year of choices and decisions. And the only two that's missing here is the Two of Cups, right? The soulmate, the partnership. But a big decision about what you gotta let go of that's been so toxic and burdensome and stressful and hasn't moved, hasn't changed, hasn't been good for you. You need to liberate yourself from that first. So I'm feeling that's the big lesson. And what happens, man, you get your mojo back. You get your groove back. You get your power back. It's everything kind of, all the juices get flowing again. And the Hermit underneath, I'm only sensing it as it's how much you learn, how much you grow. You're wiser as a result of all of it. You know yourself better. So I absolutely feel that the big lesson comes as a result of communicating something to someone, or in social environment, in dating, or you may meet one person and it may just spur something. But it feels like it could even happen over the holidays. God forgive me for putting that in your head, but this is a holiday card. It's a holiday card. So as well, timing wise, if I was doing a timing thing, but it just feels like it's joyful and social and romantic and has potential. And the reason I'm saying that is because that Four of Wands is available in your next highest timeline. Three of Wands, Eight of Cups, Judgment. Wow. Yeah, because you anticipate it, but it's like it comes because it's part of the next leg of your journey, right? You have to sort of leave this behind and then continue on your journey. Does that make sense? Like, I'm seeing the Eight of Cups in two acts. The first act is, no, this isn't right for me anymore. I leave this behind with no ill will, with love in my heart. Yeah, I don't know where it's all headed. And then you get that strength from some other form of communication that opens your eyes and your heart to something new and emotionally fulfilling and exciting and passionate and romantic. And it gives you that little bit of bravery. And then in your next highest timeline, you anticipate the beginnings of something that could lead to something more long lasting. And it's the new leg of the journey. And it brings you the second chances in life and love and happiness. Okay, so I'm seeing it in a progression. And yeah, it fits and starts because that devil energy is very restrictive and constrictive and lots of limitations around it. And it's hard to leave behind something you've been used to having some kind of hold on you. And that Temperance in this case is not really your friend, because you're kind of like, I'm just going to go with the flow, and I'm kind of stuck. I don't really know my next best step, and I don't really know what I want. And then something shifts and happens, and your eyes are kind of open to something new, some new possibility. And then you get your back straightened and you're like, oh, now I know what I want. Because now I see what I can have, what's available to me. Just a thought, okay? So that is what I have for you. And what I'm going to do before I give you the astrology here, two things. The extended is like a romance reading of, is somebody coming back from the past? And or is someone new coming on your path? And that new person can be somebody from your past, but it's not somebody you've ever been romantically linked with before. So someone from your past, like a past lover, someone new, brand new, you never met, or someone new that you do know but have never been romantically involved with. So those two spreads, and the links to that are below. Keep in mind, the first link is a monthly renewal. The second link is just the extended for this. Okay. Also, if you enjoy the reading or my style and you have not yet done so, please do subscribe below. Make it my holiday gift. I appreciate you for that. And yeah, I already said happy, merry, and I'll see you for the new moon, and I might have some other surprise readings that I do, so stay tuned. And there we go. We have Knight of Pentacles is Virgo's energy. We have Libra for the Queen of Swords. The moon is associated with High Priestess, which rules Cancer. The Devil is Capricornian energy here. Sagittarius for Temperance. Queen of Cups, more Cancerian energy. Knight of Cups is Pisces. Queen of Wands is Aries, Virgo in our Hermit, and Pluto here for Judgment, which rules Scorpio, and man, perfect word for you. 2025, you are liberating yourself from the hold that whatever it is has had on you for far too long. May it be so, and so it is. I'm headed to the extended. I will see you there. Bye for now.